What is really going on, darlings? Okay, we are going to be doing Aries mid-month for January 2023, and we are in fact using my two favorite decks, the Archetype deck, which is an Oracle, and of course the Light Seas Tarot. So we're going to use a few of these and get into it, my loves. And I'm bleeping myself out, okay, YouTube? I'm not cursing, I swear. I wonder if bleeping out counts. The gem, but it's in reverse. The empty room, interesting because that was, I saw that one in the shuff. Here we go. And the riddle in reverse. And we use one more. And the river. So the river, I feel like, is moving forward like communication. Right off the bat, before I get into the nitty-gritties of it, a lot of this I feel like is not seeing the value in or the worth of the space you are now. I feel like you want to figure out everything now and, you know, already be in that new state, new level up, but I feel like you have to work through some things, you know, as they say. Unfortunately, sometimes, you know, the only way out is through, my loves. So let's see. What do we have here? Okay, so the gem, but it's in reverse. So envy, greed, and grasping. And that's, I feel like when you have those attributes, you're at a lower vibration. Now, I'm not saying good versus bad. Everything serves a purpose, right? You know what I mean? And also when mental health and just being inhuman is, you know, of course tied into the mix. You know, we are spiritual beings, but we are having a human experience. So let's remember that. Let's see. A diamond in the rough. The gem always stands in contrast to the surroundings. Yes, you can't find it when you are among comforts and pleasantries. Precious stones develop slowly deep in the earth amid pressure and darkness. What are we saying? I feel like you're not really seeing the silver lining and of, you know, of the tough times. Honestly, this reminds me of a video I posted on ye old TikTok, but really quick. I had a story. I was feeling disconnected, okay? And, you know, it ebbs and flows, right? With our connection to ourselves and the universe. And I was like, listen, universe, I want a yes or no cue, okay? Please, and thank you. I was driving and I was like, I'm not going to tell you what I asked, but I was like, please, I just need a hard yes or no. And, you know, sometimes, you know, you don't think it's going to happen, but I got the most crazy confirmation. A hawk flew literally right next to my car and looked me in the dang eyes, my love. Okay. So that was a hard yes. So I feel like, again, if you don't ask, you will not receive. And, you know, it does, if you don't use it, you'll lose it. Okay. But also there are promises and there are so many opportunities, in what you feel like is nothingness right now, because you have the power to transmute that energy. And, you know, with anything, if you feel overwhelmed, write it out, paint it out, you know, exercise it out, whatever you think that you can do to transmute it. So I'm not going to go into bigger details with that. We're going to do the retail. I was going to say the retail in reverse, the riddle in reverse. I don't know if anyone works retail out there. It's a hard life. I'll tell you that. I did retail for years. Okay, in reverse is manipulation, deceit, and trickery. Okay, let's see. When the riddle is present, one must stop searching for the right answer. Exactly, right? Every path is different. It cannot be found, and ultimately, it is not important. Rather, there must be a shift from the literal to the metaphorical, from logic to mythic. You are thinking too small and literally about the situation. Yeah, I feel like, and I struggle with this too, black and white thinking, you know? I'm just going to keep going. The riddle card appears when the energy is deep and mysterious, like the elusive wisdom of a Zen cone. Don't know what that is. Focusing harder won't do it. Neither will increased effort. True. Time, surrender, and humor are your only allies. What feels like the most pressing dilemma won't reveal its deeper wisdom for a long time. Yes, like I feel like you don't know the meaning of why you're going through something now, but right now the gem, how gems are made, right? They're in a pressure cooker. Not really, but you know what I mean? They're inside the mountain, okay? It's pressure and it's time, and that's how those are created. And I think right now, like, you're in the absence of everything that the gem signifies, but you're going through this transformation. All right, now back to the riddle. Yeah, and you can't force the change. It reminds me, it reminds me of the quote, you can't rip the skin off of the snake. You know, transformation happens on its own time, and this is like a snake. That's what I'm gonna call it. You can't. I didn't even read the tarot yet, but this is why I love this deck so much. Because it gets so deep with like just a few cards. Skin off of the snake. You really can't, hun. Eventually, you'll learn a profound lesson from the riddle. For now, get comfortable with the limitations of your intellect and the reality of not knowing. It may, in fact, be the only reality there is, right? So also when it's in the upright, in the light, it's the great awakening or aha moment, which I feel like you have yet to come to. Again, with the river being on the side, darling, which again, whenever I get like horizontal, and these are circular cards, I know, but it's on its side, it could go either way. So I'm gonna look at these and see if this, no. Who am I? The only way to work with a riddle successfully is to not work. Interesting, think about that. All right, I'm gonna do the river and then we'll do the other ones. I highly suggest this deck because it is very profound. Here we go. So the river, acceptance, grace, reflection, and forgiveness. Absolutely. And for yourself, not just for others, you know, which is fabulous too, of course, for others, but for yourself, of course, to move forward. So when dark, I feel like you're in between those two, torment of emotions, flooding, and overwhelm. I feel like there needs to be a shift in your perspective of the things that you are going through right now. It's not to say that these things aren't hard and it's not valid that you feel this way, but to keep moving forward to create the best situation for yourself is to try and find the silver lining. Now, again, it is a fine line between positivity and spiritual bypassing, okay? Because there are other components and it's very nuanced. But it's also very important to try and stay as positive as you can for yourself. Because listen, negativity is a drug, hun, and it is a slippery slope. So, you know, just catch yourself. All right, so the river. There is a reason so many rituals of change and rebirth take place in the river. It is forgiveness embodied in physical form. Without asking anything in return, the river washes away what is no longer necessary, smoothing over sharp edges and accepting all our mistakes and grievances. Once we step in, we are no longer in control. The river carries us farther down the stream of transformation than we plan to go. Its waters have a special gift for reflecting back to us a new dreamlike vision. Once the tears have passed, we see ourselves as we haven't before, with a little more lightness, grace, and fluidity. Keep in mind that keep in mind that the you that stands within, the river is the real you, full of deep emotion and potential, nothing to hide, nothing to judge. May you drink in the sight of your true self. Yeah, so I feel like this is like a coming to self, a coming to realization. Let's see. You can only resist the river for so long. Eventually, it will pull you towards change. So you may as well get in with style and grace. You know what? This reminds me of, I think the age of Aquarius is coming, right? 919 on the clock, okay? And I think it's for like signs like Leo, and those are the only ones I remember, honestly. But I saw this somewhere else. So it's a time of not being able to put a mask on anymore, and it's a time for authenticity, and you either do it or you don't, right? There is no, as Ron Swanson would say, don't half gluteus maximus one thing, whole gluteus maximus, you know what I mean. I can't say, okay, I'll say butt, because I'm trying not to curse, because apparently it's a new thing now on YouTube. But don't half butt one thing, whole butt one thing. Okay, so let's get into the tarot. That was the whole thing. All right, no longer confused about something, moving forward, making a decision, now balanced, you know what I mean? Yo, so weird, because I was like, it's like the Temperance card. It's like you are in between. Like, I feel like it is, you know that you have to make this decision about something not being balanced, and I believe that's within yourself. I believe that you know that you are meant for something greater, and something's got to, let's see. 6 of Wands. You don't feel successful right now. I feel like maybe in your own authenticity and what you're doing. Maybe it feels fake to you. Interesting with the 9 of Cups in the horizontal, you know, again, could go either way. This is a card of wish fulfillment. And it's a card of, you know, overusing substances. You know, it can be a card of like overuse of anything. So yeah, I feel like you really, your wish fulfillment with, it's so weird because it's like the River and this card are like kind of similar, right? Cups, emotions. The River is the emotions. You aren't sure, you are sure that you want to take this leap, but I feel like it's also maybe not supported by the people around you. Okay, so 3 of Wands in reverse, not waiting any longer, wanting to move forward. I heard jump ship. Ace of Cups, 3 of Cups, doing something that is fulfilling, heartfelt, that brings people together, that is more filled with love and purpose. 2 of Wands, planning for the future. So you go from the 3 of Wands in reverse, and that's the heart of the reading, to 2 of Wands right here. Planning for the future, moving forward, a little bit scared to make those moves. We do have a few 2s. There we go. The Moon. Something coming to light, something coming out. It's really about looking towards your future, I feel like, in a new light. This is also a card of transformation, too. Hold on. I'm taking... Oh, that's 4 cards. Where's this? Too many. Interesting. The King of Wands in reverse. And the 4 of Cups. Okay, now we have a masculine energy up in here. And let's see. This could be you. But this is also like a big ego. And need to control things. So sometimes, you know, if I am reading and you're more of a feminine energy, this could be the opposing energy, or vice versa, this could be you. But I need some water, love. I really do feel like this is not your energy. I feel like you're no longer I think you're very complacent with maybe someone that was in your life. I think what you're doing right now is like, for some reason I heard life review, okay? Whether or not you are living the life that you want to, whether or not it's authentic. And I really feel like this person, you just kind of like, there's like an off switch where like, they may be offering something to you, but you're like not interested. Yeah, with the World and at the bottom of the deck, this is encompassing that you want a new, fresh beginning. I think one that is more connected to your true self, your authentic self. And you know that you need to make this balance, because the only one, darling, that can make those changes is you. But I think that you're on the brink of that, and it is going to happen. It is not for the faint of heart. But I know y'all can do it, okay? Because you deserve the best and the most fulfilling life. All right, my loves. Well, I hope that resonated, and yeah, hit all those buttons for you, girl. See you on the flippity floop.